Okay. Hello, welcome to Norfolk, Nebraska, in the northeast corner of Nebraska. This is Johnny Carson's hometown, is our claim to fame, a population 24,000. And we are in beautiful downtown Norfolk, a revitalized downtown, and we have a very small sampling of the Norfolk Area Recruiters here today.
Joe Ferguson. I'm one of the elders of the group. I thought this would be a good place to raise my family.
I am Courtney Kleinfaust. I grew up about 12 miles from Norfolk in a very small town. We couldn't be happier being back in Norfolk. The people here are incredible.
I'm Angie Dinkinger. I'm a chiropractor and acupuncturist. I'm originally from this area. I grew up near Battle Creek as well. We decided to move back here because of the business opportunity. Not only did the Norfolk Area Recruiters kind of encourage us to move back here, but it's been great to be involved with the group to get to know other young professionals and get reconnected.
My name is David Brunsing, and I'm originally from northeast Nebraska. My wife is also from northeast Nebraska. So one of the big reasons that we thought about coming back to this location, other than the fact that we both were from this area, was really for the schooling part of it. In addition to being a banker full-time, I am also a full-time farmer, and being in Norfolk, Nebraska gives me a chance to be able to do that.
And I'm Dottie McKeever, and I represent a group called Retirees Recruiters, Norfolk Area Retirees Recruiters. And we go to the different high school reunions and give them information about this wonderful community. We just sort of, as Chris says, plant the seeds.
I'm thinking about people that were in my situation, who were thinking about starting a family, who might want to move back, who are at that time in their life where they've had a great time in a larger city and, really are ready to settle down and come back to the community that they grew up in or near that community.
I've lived in Chicago, New York, Denver, Minneapolis, St. Louis, but I never really felt a sense of community in any of those places. And I always knew there was something missing, and I finally figured out what it was, and it was a sense of community. And so that's what really drove me back here.
In the 1860s and 70s, there was a tremendous booms and buildup of infrastructure and community and churches and schools and main streets and brick buildings, and then a number of financial crises such as the Great Depression in the 1930s was really the nail in that coffin that started sending people out to other parts of the country. They truly had a hard time with finances and farming and the economics, and that started a pattern mentally that if you want to be successful, you've got to leave the roots and the dirt back in Nebraska and go somewhere else and start it in the bigger states and the golden states, and that has been somehow ingrained in part of our society, and yet those of us who are here recognize that that's wrong, that's not true, that a person doesn't have to travel and leave the area to be successful or to be self-fulfilled or to raise a family or even to have financial wealth. It is just not needed. It's flat out wrong and does not apply anymore.
One of the things is it's almost ingrained in everyone as they're growing up that they have to leave to be successful. Everyone who moves away, who goes to a big city, they're sort of revered, and we aren't looking as much, or at least we haven't in the past looked at much of those people who either stay here or move back here and have contributed to the community. And I think we're changing that mindset, that we're showing people that it's a wonderful place to be. You can be successful here. You don't have to move away to a big city. You can have it all in Norfolk. You can be close to family. You can raise your family the same way that you were raised, and you can have a business. You can farm. You can do whatever you want to do.
One of our ladies in the neighboring community said, "We don't buy our kids luggage for graduation."
Nice.
I think that's what our parents used to do. They used to buy us luggage because they said, if you want to be successful, you're going to have to go somewhere else. Well, we quit buying luggage for our kids for graduation.
There are plenty of employment opportunities. as we talked about earlier, you can do any job from just about anywhere in this day and age, and so why not do it in Norfolk, Nebraska?
Fortunately, we've got plenty of jobs here. We've got one of the lowest unemployment rates in the country. I think we're number 2, number 3, something like that. 4%.
Actually, Norfolk's actually lower than the average.
Okay, lower than
so
the
we're
average.
about 4%.
4%. Record low unemployment, jobs that are available, so people can come here and work. But the second thing that we also have, I think, is a pioneering spirit. That pioneering mentality and spirit is still here. And for those people who want to take a chance, start their own business, such as Angie, there's an opportunity to contribute, to get in, get your hands dirty, even if you want to do agriculture.
So there's just so many opportunities. We talk about job opportunities, but if you can't find a job, there's an opportunity to create one.
We have local businesses too that have donated time or office space, or anything from Affiliated Foods Midwest doing printing for us at cost, or the Bank of Madison offering up office space, Dover Realtors offering up office space, and some copiers and whatnot. So the community really sees the benefit of this too, and they're willing to help us make it happen.
And I think it's important too to remember that it isn't just Norfolk that's supporting this organization. It's all of the surrounding towns that are also contributing time, money, office space. It's called Norfolk Area Recruiters, not Norfolk Recruiters. And so if you can bring somebody like a physician back to this community, just think how much that affects all of the other surrounding communities, because Norfolk is kind of that central point in northeast Nebraska. And so I think it is a real, true community effort.
People of all ages are so generous with their time. There are a lot of things in the community that they can spend, just donated time. It's wonderful.
I kept thinking back to Nebraska and how wonderful it was in the Norfolk area. When people get involved in something, it's because they love the community. It's because they want to do something better for the people that live here.
I think our hopes for the Norfolk Area Recruiters is that we can continue to reach out to former residents of all ages, wherever they might be living in America or the world, and to A, plant the seed, B, let them know they're welcomed and wanted, and C, if their life so happens to move in this direction, help them facilitate a move back here. And it's really that simple.